So today we will be looking at the horse and human model, that is improved one. So what we would be doing is the model is same as was it in the last video, but we have added some more features in the image data generator processing to make sure that the model performs better. So for now I would run this model. It is same as it is we have did. We are importing up the data, and then we are using the import zipper file and OS to mark the local zip and local extraction place, and then we would be defining the directories. And then after that we are building a small model from scratch, so we would be importing TensorFlow, and then after that we would be adding some convolutional layers as we did in previous example. We would be doing that with sigmoid function, and I have defined my model here. You can see I have added around 5 neural network layers here, and then flattened and then dense. So yeah, then I would be defining my loss function and optimizer. So I have put it as 10 raised to the power minus 4 here, and you can even do that with Adam as I told you in previous video. It's totally on your choice. And then here comes the main point, which is the image data generator. Last time we did only that with rescale 1 point divided 255, but here we have divided a vast number of features. So if you go on to the Keras website where the image data generator class is there, you would see that even till now we haven't used all the features. So what we are doing, we are providing a rotation range. So you can see that rotation range is equals to 0 in the given model, but we have put it as 40. So if you go down and if you want to know exact definition, you can know. For now, if I tell you what is rotation range, it is the degree for randomly rotating the image and seeing how the model should train the image if it's come rotated. Just imagine if I want to train my model on the basis of horse and human images, and if then at the testing time I get an image which is in a rotated view, that is it is 30-degree rotated to right, then my model won't be able to recognize the image if I don't provide this line, that is rotation range equals to 40, so that model train on rotation angle also. Then there comes the width shift range and height shift range. So what is width shift? So you can see the float 1D array like or int float fraction of total width if less than 1 or pixels if greater than 1. So what it would basically do is it would do the shifting of the width of the image of 0.2, and then it would be training on that also, both left and right, up down, and same it would do for the height thing. And then comes the shear range. So shear range is shear angle in counterclockwise direction in degrees. So yeah, you can think that as the angle at from which the corner of the image the model would get trained on. And then comes zoom range. So in zoom range, the basically the model would be zooming in the image and taking out every pixel of the image and training on it. Just imagine this as a image of a horse where at every part the model is going to zoom in, look at the image, get trained, and then move forward. And then we would are seeing horizontal flip equals to true. So what is horizontal flip? You must have got an idea that it is a boolean that randomly flips inputs horizontally. And if you put it if you want to put a vertical flip also equals to true, you can do that also. But for now I am putting here only horizontal flip. So from horizontal flip and vertical flip, we basically flip the image in randomly horizontal and vertical direction respectively, and just look out at from that point also. Now comes the fill model. So one of the default is nearest. Points outside the boundary of the input are filled according to the given model. That is, if there is some leftover space, the fill model parameter would come and take place at that point. So this is how the model would get trained on, that is the trained image data generator. So this makes if you even want to add more features, here are a number of features. You can see a lot of features here. Channel shift range, bright range, and you can see the sample STD normalization, and then data format, and a lot of features here you can see. So if you want to put them here also, you can put and make your model even better. So for now I would just run the cell, and I guess all the things are same here. And now comes the history equals to model.fit. There are a lot of epochs. There are 100 epochs, so it is going to take a lot of time. So when the model gets trained up, I would be back here. So the model got finished training after around 50 minutes. So as you can see, it trained around 100 times for 8 steps per epoch, and the accuracy at the training data set was 95.44%, and at the validation accuracy was 62.50, that is around 63%. Now we plot the graph of validation accuracy. You can see that at the validation accuracy and training accuracies have got a lot of difference. Training accuracy was constantly moving up, and validation was constantly was not at all constant, because it had a lot of ups and downs. But when it comes to loss, training accuracy had a lot of less had no loss almost till the end, but validation accuracy had a consistent gain of loss. So yeah, around 63% of accuracy. But one thing that is nice is that we have got the image data generator, with the help of which we were able to train our dataset on a lot better functions and images rotations that were done by it, so that image model can now recognize a lot more images, not just the images that were provided by us by default, because we have trained it on a different perspective from now, not only the normal image but zooming in by shifting the zoom shear range, shift range, width shift range, and rotation range, and rescaling it. So that was it. We can even evaluate the model with the help of this, and we would realize that there are a lot better results. Even if you give a 90-degree rotated pic of the model, it would be able to guess it. So this was it for the video. The main purpose was the image data generator class, the all the functions that are available in the image data generator, which are, because these are used at a wide area, and they all have their own significance, as because feature by center, sample by center, we haven't used them, but if you read about it in the documentation, you would see that they mean a lot while considering big data sets. So this was it for the video. Thank you and have a nice day.